Hello, hello. How are you? Good night, good evening. How are you? We are starting a broadcast. I hope you find here and you find well with all your family. Hello, hello. We are now broadcasting and we are sharing in our page, in our Spanish page. So everybody can be here with us. Hello, good evening. And we're going to have here readings for Tarot. So I hope you find it as an element for you to get your answers. Excellent. And now we have short. And well, let me explain you also that as with astrology, we are having many different uh, moments and planets that are having their moves. So during this week, we had many different moves according to what we had in the last few months. We are going to use or rather tarot deck as usual or Osho deck as usual. And tonight I'm going to use some activation cards. We're going to use some activation cards in order for us to get us using the sacred geometry, but also to use it as a tool to help us guiding us. So let's start. And according to what we are using here in the activations, we're going to use a card in order for us to get a reading that is helping all the people that gets online and ask their questions so they can feel peace in their minds and their hearts and especially in their spirits and souls. So what card would that be? And look, it's the activation for the dynamic. We're going to use a dynamic session. Excellent. We're going to use a dynamic activation, and let me read you the frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. So here we are using our dynamic card in order for us to get us dynamic with the energy. And this activation is going to help us tonight. So we're going to use these readings. And also, if you'd like to know something about your past, let me tell you something. We are using today a deck of cards that is helping us for us to understand what is happening in our love life, because we're having Venus in a retrograde form. It's going retro, so now it's going backwards, and we are going to use these cards for the past lives reading, and we're going to use it. Look at this, and we're going to use it for us to know what is happening, why I need to know what happened in the past and what I'm learning about it. So we are going to use that information for us in order to get us also healed. And we are going to use for that reason or Archangel Raphael deck of cards. We're going to use many different cards. So you can ask whatever is it that you feel in mind and you need to know. I only need for you to write your birth date and tell me about the topic you'd like to get your answer. And I'm going to tell you what is it that you need to know more about. So I'm welcoming you here in my channel. If you'd like, please to subscribe and also to get your bell ringing for you to remember that every Friday we're going to have here our date. So we have here our answers and everybody's going to be here. I hope soon because this is like my fourth broadcast and I'm really excited about it. I'm really new, and not many people know me. And the people that know me from my Spanish version. So now I'm here doing my very own challenge. So here I am doing my work. Whatever is it that you'd like to know in this reading, please go ahead. Feel free to type your birth date, and also to have the topic you need to know more. And we're going to have it here in your answers in a wonderful way for us to understand what is it that we are doing. Meanwhile, also let me tell you that we are having another two planets going backwards. One is Saturn, and it's also in the house of Aquarius. And Saturn going backwards, it means that we need to understand what is it about laws, what is it about government, what is it about the order that we are living in with or with our families, that I need to set back. I need to take a look back what I was doing in the past that made sense for me, that was working, and now I feel kind of obsolete, kind of lost, kind of not still good enough for me to advance. And I need to make some changes. I need to shift that information because I need to move on. I need to advance. So by this time that having Saturn going backwards, and it's going to be there about of the end of October, we're going to see during this period of time many things and many elements that I need to go again and check. What about, for example, the way that I was raised, when I had to deal with some patterns in my life that my parents gave me, and they gave me because that's how they knew how to raise me. For the other reasons, also for me to change, is that now they are old fashioned. They are also not of good use. Maybe it was useful when I was a kid, but nowadays it's not helping me at all. So now I need to have some or more attention on the things that I need to change. What about learning? What about letting go? What about feeling with this attachment feelings, instead of having everything, like if I want to have many things in control? And this is a part where I understand that I need to be here in my place, that I need to be doing many things in order for me to understand what is it that I am dealing with, in order, like I was explaining you, with government, with my family. Also, it has to deal with my job, with my bosses. Also, it has to deal with my parents, and in a very straight line, strictly, with my great grandfather, with my grandfather, and directly with my father. Saturn is a father, and Saturn was the father of Jupiter, and was the father of Chiron, and was the father of many other gods and demigods. And also, he had in the mythology, we know in the story that um, he was eating his sons in order for him to have all the kingdom, all the realm for him. So when his wife knew about this, she was protecting Jupiter, and she gave him some rocks covered with some blankets. And she said, "Look, here I have your little baby Jupiter." And he said, "Oh, wow." He ate the rocks very fast. And so when he was eating these rocks, some period of time later, these rocks just exploded in his stomach, and his sons came out. So by the time that happened, Jupiter was also known as now the other king or another father. And we are dealing with that situation. And speaking about Jupiter, Jupiter is also going backwards. And this element going backwards means something about reality becoming more intern. It's more about knowing more about myself than when I am learning about outside me. Why is this happening? this is happening because Jupiter is the planet that it means expansion. It's also getting everything grown. And now going backwards is going to do the same movement, but inside of me. So what I'm going to grow is going to be more about me. I'm going to get more knowledge about myself, more comprehension. I need to see what is it that for real I am living, and also what is truth for me, and what is true about many people around me, and the dynamics that I am living with. So by the time I am aware about these movements, I'm going to understand what is it that I am learning really about me. More comprehension about myself is going to be helpful because nowadays, about the pandemic, we are having a lot of time to have thoughts about ourselves and about the things that we'd like to go out and say and tell. But now we are seeing in a very different way because we are using our minds to have this analysis by ourselves. And this part using Jupiter going backwards is going to be so helpful. So this is going to be as wonderful as we have ever imagined. Now, let me tell you something. When we are about going or having also a different change in our planets, we also feel some other things a little before. And during the next week, we're going to have the change of the sun going to a new sign, the sign of Gemini. And Gemini is going to be here going us with some curiosity, and we are going to be also being very playful, and we're like to have our information really, really, really fast. So we are going to be like our activation card said, we're going to be very dynamic. In that way, we are going to feel like a lot of information is going to be near us, and we are going to be feeling like really anxious about this. And having the sun with Gemini is going for us to have us in our mind that we also need to use our logic sometimes. And for example, going a little bit with the sun in Taurus, we feel more empathetic about our family. But going with Gemini, we're going to feel a little bit more disattached, and we're going to grow more about knowing what is it that we need to know more about, like really, really fast, because Gemini and his planet Mercury, he's the messenger. So we need to go really, really fast. We need to move very, very fast. And the speed of thought that we are having is really fast. So everything is going to be in that way. It's very probable, it's very likely that we're going to be more anxious about many other things. But again, we need to go back and we need to breathe. In that way, we're going to use more about our spirituality, and we're going to use more about breathing. What about breathing? How fast can you breathe normally, and how easy can you go when you are breathing in a different way, just to slow down, just to calm yourself? What about if you feel I need to make a little pause? So when we are now dealing with a situation that needs to go or be seen in a different way, we need to use the elements we know or we have at the hand in order for us to get our information just downloaded in many different ways. It could be written, it could be heard, it could be seen. Maybe it's in screen, maybe it's in our cell phone, or maybe it's in the tablet. But we are going to have our news, and we're going to have our information, and we are going to unblock everything that was going on between secrets and between the things that I was scared to know more about, because now I'm going to realize also that I need to understand what is it that I feel. And in order for me to feel more secure, I'm going to be more informed. I'm going to be checking everything in a different way. The analysis is going to be in a different way, because also let's remind ourselves that we have Pluto again going backwards. So we have many planets going backwards. And this is something important in order for us to see what is it that we need to go and check. What we were doing about November last year, what were we doing about January this year? And we were doing many different things, and we were explaining for ourselves and having in our life thoughts that we wanted to go outside and move ahead. but nowadays we're going to use them in a form that it's going to help us to evolve. So in this way, we're going to check many other things about what is going to happen. And when we are having the sun in Gemini, well, also this is going to be very helpful. And 2 days after we have the sun in Gemini, we have another planet going with them, or another star going with them, and that is going to be the moon. The moon is going to a new moon in Gemini 2 days after the 20th. So on the 22nd, we're going to have a new moon in Gemini, and feelings and emotions are going to be like, okay, I need to consider myself. I need to consider what is it that I am thinking. I need to consider myself. What is it that I am curious more about? I need to be concerned more about what is it that I'd like to get some messages. I'd like to get informed. Maybe what is it that I'd like to study in a very simple way, in a very fast or easy way for me to know what is it that I'm going to deal with. So we are going to have a week, or a pair of weeks, that are going to be very, very, very helpful. So we're going to have many things for us to know. By the time we get this, and by the time we're going to feel the new week, and also the new information about the sun in Gemini, we're going to feel like we are also cleaning our mind, and that would be something really helpful. Meanwhile, let me remind you that I need, and I'd like for you to write me or to text me here your birth date in order for me to get your reading. And also, please tell me about the topic that is it that you would like to have your answer with. We're using many different kind of tarots. I'm using my Rider White. This is the most common, the one that is more used. I also use my Buddhist and also loved Osho tarot deck. I love it, just beautifully love it. And also, I use my Archangel Raphael cards tonight. And also, besides my past life cards, I'm going to use them here because we are having a moment with Venus that is going backwards. So after that, we need to see also some activations with sacred geometry. So we have different elements for us to know what is it that we'd like to get to know more information about. So I only need, for me to do that job, to do my job, I only need from you to please type me your, or write me your birth date, the topic that you'd like to have your answers with. So we're going to talk about it, and let me give you your readings, okay? So please feel free to say, to ask. Um, don't worry about what is going to be the answer. It's never a wrong answer. We always feel that we have many different questions, and sometimes we are not secure about what we are asking or what is the answer going to be like. But don't worry, just be peaceful and feel free to ask, and know and believe in yourself that everything that you need to know, even if it's because you are too anxious, or if you're feeling nervous, or it's just curiosity, just feel free to ask, and have faith that everything that you are going to get in your answer is going to be as close, as true as you are ready to understand and to know. So feel free to ask your questions, to type your birth date, to mention what is it that you'd like to know more, something about, maybe about love, maybe about your job, maybe about money. I don't know. Please feel free to ask whatever you'd like to ask, and we are going to have our answers just right here for us in order to have your message delivered. Okay? Excellent. So I only need your presence here, and we're going to check what is it that many other people are also aware that we are doing here. Okay? Please feel free to type your question and to write more about what is it that you'd like to know. We have the activation cards also. The activation cards, let me explain you. Meanwhile, you'd like to type your birth date. The activation cards and sacred geometry is helping us in order for us to comprehend that everything in this universe and everything in this planet is also made of symbols. One of these symbols is the sacred geometry in such a perfect way and in such a perfect wisdom that we can create a reality according to what is it that we need to know according to this sacred geometry, and also according to what our spirits need to also feel. We have many different colors, in fact, and we also have many different numbers, in fact, and we have also many different meanings in different cards. That's why we have oracles. That's why we have uh, cards, or we can use maybe we can use our hand. I also use my candles. We have many different things in order for us to understand that we are also sharing light and information and knowledge. And in that way, when we are using the elements, for example, like the sacred geometry, we are also having our spirit to know a little bit more, that we are also being helped by this sacred geometry. What is it that I need to ask the sky? So I tell the cards, and the cards give me an answer, so that the answer is going to help me to understand what is it right now that I need to know, or that I'm aware about knowing. Besides knowing that this is something new, for example, for me, or that I was not aware of what was I doing, well, it helps me a lot to understand what is it that I am dealing with, that I am feeling, that I am caring about, that I am understanding why is happening this reason or that reason with this person, or why people has have changed among all the people that I know. So everything happens for a reason, and I am always aware that I am able to understand and to learn what is it that I also need to know more about. So please feel free to type your question, type your birth date. I am ready for you. I'm ready for you to give your answers, and I'm ready for you to give you your messages. And let me explain you something. When I am doing my readings in my Spanish channel, I also make my horoscopes. Maybe if we don't get many people, we are going to use that energy for us to have a little horoscopes. What about the elements? Because we have four different elements. We have fire. In fire, we have in the group, we have Aries, we have Leo, we have Sagittarius. In earth, we have Taurus, we have Virgo, we have Capricorn, and in the element of air, we have Gemini, we have Libra, and we also have Aquarius. And for water, we have Cancer, we have Scorpio, and also we have finally Pisces. So we have many different elements, and with the cards that we have here, we can also make a single or simple reading that is going to be so very helpful. So we only need to check what is it that is going to make for us in a beautiful and very fast reading that is going to be very helpful or at hand. So, what is it for you that you'd like to know? And please type your questions. That would be very, very, very helpful. And I would really like for us to know what is it that you need to know. Maybe I'm going to start doing my horoscope. Oh, sorry, I cannot turn off myself. No, now it is off. Excellent. And let me see. I'm going to put again back my dynamic card. So this is dynamic, you see? This is that dynamic going on. And let me see. Please tell me, what is it that the people from the element of fire are prepared and need to know in this week? What is going to be the horoscope for them for this week? And we are going to have for the people in fire, look at this, what a beautiful picture. And Relief, belief, I'm sorry, belief is the answer. You need to believe more. People from Aries, people from Leo, and people from Sagittarius, you need to believe more. You need to believe in yourselves. You need to believe more. What is it that you're doing? You feel like you can do many other things, but you need also that you are able of conquering. Why not? Maybe because Mars is in Pisces now, and that is also stepping onto people from Aries. Let me read you what is the message about belief. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based and our gifts and talents and a strong connection to source. You see, as I was telling you, you need to believe more in yourselves. You are not believing in yourselves and you are having many things going in the way that you are letting everything happen without being aware, without being responsible. So it's a very comfortable zone when you are letting the other to make many messes, and you need to put things clear, because once that is going to be your opportunity for you to jump, to step in, to grow, you would like to be the first one to have everything prepared in your way in order for you to jump and advance, and not just the one that is, oh, I'm sorry, I'm late, I need to move many blocks and many obstacles. So you need to do many other things. So in this case, you need to be more conscious. You need to use your consciousness. Once you're aware that everything that happens for a reason, and the reason is that you are learning through responsibility, you are also aware that you are able to change what is it that you want to believe, what is it that you would like to live, that what is it that you would like to have. Okay, the card of the stranger is also this little kid as the energy of fire. You are using your inner child energy. You need to believe more in yourselves, because you are like this child seeing everything through the bars, and you see like people is smiling and having a good time, but this kid is not aware. And let me just make a little show you this card. This chain and the lock is open, but this kid is so interested in looking outside that is not aware that this lock is open. So he only needs to take a step back, or even two at much, and he needs to open that lock in order for him to say, hey, I can go out and have my own adventure. But he is not adventuring, because he is just complaining about the time, the day, the people, the door, the, I don't know, the weather, the viruses, everything. He is just making a drama session, and also he is not aware that he is able now to get abundance. But this abundance is not only about in the shape of money. The abundance is about also in the love for the family, in the love for my friends, in the love for my people, in the love that I do, that I share with in my job, the joy that I have in many other things around me. So this is what is going to happen with the people on fire. And also, let's see what is going to be the card for the people in Aries. And this is the obstacle. The Ace of Cups, the of Cups is going backwards. Why? Because you feel like love is running out of your hands, because you feel like everything is not good enough. And let me tell you something. Again, this is the energy of Mars in Pisces going in a way that it's very difficult for Mars to understand. Mars is like a soldier, he's a Roman warrior, and he is just running underwater. So the resistance of the water is making him to move in a very difficult way. So this turns off this energy kind of slow many things that usually move too fast. So Aries is going down, 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 and low, 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 and feels like, it's too difficult. And with Pisces, complaining, and also not able to see many things as clear as he is used to. Well, our soldier is also having many things to check and to understand that everything happens for a reason, and it's not only for him that he needs to dwell. He only needs to open his heart. That's it, and that's all. Okay, now let's see about the past lives. What is it in this week that people from the element of fire need to understand that is dealing with their past lives? So, what is it that they need to understand, and what is it that they need to be aware of and to stop complaining and to understand that everything that they are living, it's because they need to understand about what they need to feel free. Look, the card is a cavalry, and also look, we have two another card. We have two cards. One is a cavalry, of course. We have our soldier, or Roman soldier, and also we have about the everything that makes us really, really scared about being phobic about something. I'm phobic about being sick. I'm phobic about being stopped. I'm phobic about being not able to move. And of course, with this together, again, I repeat, it's about the energy of Mars in Pisces that everything is going so really, really, really down. Because with the sun in Gemini, we're going to move things really fast. We're not going to be able to touch our heart, and it's very difficult sometimes to put action really to take place because thoughts are the ones that are leading in this month. So now we're going to be more planning about many other things instead of going to doing them. So we need to check what about in our astral chart we're going to fill with, we're going to use it, we're going to have our information, and well, we're going to see what is it that we need to change and to know more about. Well, let's see what is it that you're going to heal, my beautiful people, from fire. And you need to use also the alternative medicine. Excellent. The alternative medicine that you are going to use is going to be able for you to understand that you need to breathe, you need to go outside and breathe a little fresh air. Even if we are in the pandemic and we need to be inside of houses, you can use some plants, for example some lavender, and you can use it for you to breathe and just take deep breaths of lavender, and it's going to heal you. What about messages? What about Reiki? What about doing some card reading is also very helpful because you are going to feel free about everything that you're feeling and dealing with. You're going to feel with peace in your mind, in your soul. And also, we are going to feel with many other different things like understanding why I am living and dealing with this situation. Okay. So use alternative medicine and ask Archangel Raphael to help you in order for you to understand that everything that you are living and dealing with is going to be solved, is going to be understood, and it's going to be a time where you're going to feel free about this, that you feel like it's a huge carriage on your shoulders. It's going to be really, really fast and it's going to be released. Okay. Well, now let's see about the activation of the people of the earth symbol. And now look, they are going to use the activation of the empowerment. What about it? Empowerment is for them to know and understand that they are stepping on solid ground, and they are understanding that they need to move in order to have more places to make roots grow. And let me read you what is this activation card saying. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we all are connected through the same source. Exactly. We are also going so deeply, so profound in our earth, in our solid ground, that we only need to know, understand that we need more time. This is the reason why we are using it, that we are dealing with this situation with. So don't worry about being in your house. Just try to feel free, don't worry. And for our people here on earth, about the people from Taurus and about the people from Virgo and about the people from Capricorn, they are going to start this week using the energy of the rebel, because they need to break their old root ideas. They need to break and enlight a new way or a new form to make roots grow. Mm, in the past, we were showed that roots needed to be planted in a pot, for example, and according to the soil and the water and the light, they could grow. And now they could grow. Sorry, but now we know that maybe we have also other different elements. We can use water, we can use artificial light, we can use many other different things that help our plants, I'm sorry, to grow, and they are going to be also very helpful. Besides, they need to check about a topic in real specific form. The card, the transigent energy is going to be really, really special, because there is a topic that I have to deal with a person, and that person, then the topic in common, is really annoying for both of us. I need to see what is it that I am dealing with. It's not the person, it's the topic that is showing me, that is going to let me grow. Once that I am taught to see and understand what is it that I need to deal with, I'm going to understand that this topic, it was only just very simple, but it's not the person. But as the people from the earth element is really, really closed sometimes, they need to start reprehending themselves about what is it that I am dealing with. Oh, it's because I need a load so heavy on my shoulders, on my back, that I don't want to grow, but I need to grow. I need to liberate from this. I need to set free. That's why I'm having the card of the rebel, and I need to be free about that. So, what is going to be the obstacle? The obstacle is going to be the sun, the energy. The sun sometimes is not going to be here, the obstacle, but it's going to be here to tell me, hey, what is it that you are feeling in your conscious? You are not so wrong, but you need to see things with a little more detail, and to see also the things from a different perspective, from a different point of view. So it's not that I want to plant my seed here and I need to see it grow here. No, you need to think. So why am I putting this seed here? Why not am I putting it there? Why am I not having it just for me? Why am I not waiting for a different right moment? Because I am just expecting in my idea, in my mind, that I need this element to be put here. As I am looking in my mind, I'd like to see it going, also growing too. And of course, in my mind, I need this idea to make sense, because I haven't seen it here. So, this message about the sun is, yes, it could be okay, but no, it's not complete success. It may grow, it may not be the right decision, it may not be the right call, okay? And what is it in the past that you need to know about this situation, people from Earth? About forgiveness, of course. You need to forgive yourselves. Yes, we make mistakes. People from Virgo, people from Capricorn. Yes, we make mistakes. We are humans. We are here in this planet to know that we are here to understand, to grow, and also to feel happy. We are here to live in joy. So we are not here for just living with regrets and complaints and resentments. We're here just to feel free and to feel happy about what we are living with. Okay? This is a card that is going to help us during this period of Venus going backwards. And the card that is going to help me with the eighth of Archangel Raphael is having faith, of course, because when I am willing to open my heart and have faith, I am telling also my angels, hey, I'm here. I don't need to know. I don't know how to start. And I need to know how to pray with you. I need to know how to ask you for the real help, how to make myself understood in not a form that I am just commanding, but in a way that I am aware that I'd like to be, I don't know, hugged or loved or appreciated, because I don't know how to do it, because I'm so stubborn, or I'm so self absorbed, or I'm so obsessed with the idea that I need to do many things by the way that I do it, and that's the only way that I know, and I am closed in my mind about doing many things in a different way. Well, have faith. You're going to change, and you will tell me, people from Earth element, you are going to tell me. Now, for the element of air, let's see what we have for the element of air. What is it? And what is the activation that people from the element of air we are going to use? And it's going to be the energy of compassion, the sacred geometry for compassion. The compassion is known for the Buddhists as the highest rank of love. And this happens because it has to deal with the unconditional love. So compassion goes in a very deep way. And so for the signs of Gemini, Libra, and also for Aquarius, compassion is going to be a topic that I need to be also checking in according to what I know. Mars in Pisces and going the Sun with Gemini, it's going to make a little movement here that is going to make myself noticing and seeing myself, that what is it that you are doing, what is it that I need to know, what is it that I need to understand the most. And compassion, and let me read what this card is telling us, is the frequency that supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. As you can see, the unconditional love and the compassion, they go one hand in hand, they always go together, and that's part of the realistic part of living in the life that we are dealing with. We can be very logic, we can use our reasons, we can use logical thoughts or conceptions or mistakes, whatever it is that I'm doing in a very mental way. But once that I understand that I need to put those thoughts again back into action, I need to download them in a way that I need them to move and to flow, but just constructing. And that way is going to start by not telling me things like complaining or scolding me, or saying things that I am also too harsh with me. I need to understand myself. I am learning. I am human. I need to be here in peace. So once I understand that I need to be here in peace, I can comprehend what is it that I am dealing here with. So, but for this reading, I'm going to start with the card of course, I need to be just sleeping. I need to be just joy in my life, and I need to be lazy. So the laziness in my element, in my environment, is going to help me. It's going to help me here to understand that I need to stop. Most of the times that I am using everything that I have in my heart, in my mind, I make everything happen. Yes. And I am a person that needs to be moving. Yes. But what happens when I need to stop? I don't know, because I am also just laying in my bed, but I am also using a book, or I am reading. Yes, but my mind is not calming. My mind is not cooling down, and I need some laziness. I need to step down. I need to go a little bit more with the flow. I don't need to run. I don't need to hesitate. And also, look, this is a card for a politician. I need to understand that I also need to be more aware what is it that the people near me are also wanting from me too. The card for the politician also is explaining us that maybe there is a person, or maybe that could be myself, on the other hand, but there is a person that is trying to get something extra from me, and it's not only in a good way, because I need to make a double thought or a triple thought about doing things with that person that my receptiveness is telling me, my intuition is telling me, hey, be careful, look after this person, because you have to be like 2 or 3 steps further him or her, because this is going to take advantage from you and it's not going to be with the best result for you. And also, well, you need to be more creative. That is also a card that is explaining us, nevertheless, how we need to grow more. When we are using our creativity, we are also able to know what is it that I need to change, and that can be helpful, and that I need to make it in a very uh, unpredictable way. What is it? Why is it that I need to do it in a very unpredictable way? Because when another person is trying to make harm or doing harm to me, I need to be prepared. And maybe I don't know what is it that I'm going to be feeling, but I need to understand that this situation is showing me something, and that I am also aware that I can change it. So when the situation happens, I am stronger, but in my mind and my spirit. And it's not only for the other person to see me like, you're falling down, I'm going to see you falling down. And you're going to be like, okay, maybe, yes, I may fall like every other human being. But now, from this topic, I am aware that I was not able to be in the same situation as you. So now I understand that this situation is showing me something for me to grow, and I am dealing with that energy for me because my commitment is to be well with me. Okay. And finally, well, of course, the obstacle is going to be our Eight of Swords, because I feel like I am also tied in my hands, in my body. I am not able to see anything because I have my eyes covered. And with this card, with this energy, is like, oh yeah, I also need to have my feelings just really inside of me. And it's just a little bit like this little river or this little lake that is also under the feet of this person. Well, it's like I am having my emotions running down and just going down of me because I'm really sad. And this sadness is going in a very internal way. Again, sorry, we are seeing here the situation that is happening with Mars in Pisces. And you're going to tell me, but Mars isn't it for Aries and for Scorpio, and Pisces isn't it for water? Yes, but we are also feeling this energy. And once that we have this movement, is going to be really special for us to understand what is it that I need to make in my mind more clear about it, that I need to check more, and also to be aware what I am doing. And this is also helping me to understand what is it that I am dealing with my love life. Look, what a beautiful card. This thing about being more aware about who I am, dealing with situations that I don't want anyone else to hurt myself or to harm myself, that I need to be aware, that I need to be lazy just in order for me to have my mind just cool down, and also for me to see that I am able to create a new, different life. And how is it going to be in a way that I am also enjoying my love life. There is not going to be a very different way for me to understand that I need to move on from my past things, that understanding that my love life is going to be in help. And then, more beautiful, Archangel Raphael is telling us you need a massage. And that would be so great. That would be Ellen. So excellent, because a massage is going to help me understand that I am also aware. You see, when I am touching myself, I am aware that I exist. My brain is knowing and understanding that I'm touching a part of my body that is going, that is felt. My hand, my fingers, my nails, whatever part I am touching, my mind is going to be aware of it. But also, I need to understand that I exist here and now. How? How? Yes, of course, I exist here and now. Yes, but in my mind, I am flying to my future. I'm going back to my past, but I'm never in my present. I need to understand when I am doing this massage and I am feeling this massage, I am able to make a massage for myself. There are many different ways of doing a massage using your hands and your feet. For example, you can massage all your body using your hands and your feet. And also, you can feel yourself, you can love yourself in that way, and that is going to help you understand why is it that you need to change the way of thoughts you were having, because now you're moving to a different certain time that is going to be very clear for you to understand what is it that you are dealing here about, especially for the people in Gemini that now are getting their solar return in astrology. That is going to be very, very helpful to understand that is that we are doing many different ways in a different form. And finally, for the people in the element of water, their sacred geometry card activation are going to be two cards. Sorry about the motorcycle. Sorry about the motorcycle. It's here in front of my house. I'm really, really sorry. Look, they turn it off. The first card is going to be the Earth card. Of course, here this activation is for the people from signs like Cancer and Scorpio and Pisces. And the Earth is one of the energies that is going to be working with them. And also the dynamic card again, that is going to be helping them. Remember, Mars going in Pisces is really difficult. And also we are seeing that Mars is another part from Scorpio. So Scorpio is also feeling this a little bit more. Now, the dynamic and the earth cards, and now let me read the earth because the dynamic we read it at the beginning of this broadcast, is about the frequency of earth activates or deep connection to this physical plane and showing us the beauty of all aspects of our great mother and revealing the more ethereal spiritual aspects of our nature. And again, with the dynamic of moving things and putting things together with grace, with ease, with calm. Well, we are now understanding what is it that we need to be feeling more about. With these two activation cards, we're going to start the reading for the people in water. And now let's see what is it in Osho cards are telling them. And in the Osho cards, we have look beautiful blossoming. We are here blossoming here. We're blossoming, my people from water elements. You're feeling sexy, you're feeling sensual, you are feeling romantic. Also, you are feeling that you can do many things. You feel a little more mischievous, perhaps in a shape or in a form that you are able to understand what is it that you can be dealing with, because you are now able to connect with Mother Earth and understand that the reason that we are living in humanity, the things that we are dealing with right now, is for us to understand that we need to create a new way of living. So that's why we get sexy, we get sensual, because we are trying to get our new lives together. Also, of course, this is the Pisces card, the card of the dreams, because I need to be the Prince Charming or I need to be the princess in the tower. So I need to ask myself, am I really becoming that prince? Am I really becoming that princess? What I'm lacking in order for me to be that princess, in order for me to be that prince charming, what is it that I need to do more to become that? Because when I am believing in that, I really can go and get it. And also the schizophrenic card, because we need to understand that I need to deal with many situations and I need to be more concrete about what is it that I need to be thinking. But I also need to know that when I am thinking about options, it's especially about going option A and option B, door number one, door number two. But I am lacking about being aware that like this card, I have a wall going red and I have a wall going green. And we have in a rainbow another five different colors. And in our alphabets, we have another 27 letters. And in our numbers, we have another many other things. And even amongst black and white, we have too many different ways of gray. So I need to understand that doing these things in a very different form is going to help me understand that I am doing everything that I have in my mind and my comprehension to understand that I need to get free. Again, this thing about freedom, this thing about going backwards and see what is it that I need to understand. The Page of Pentacles is going here a little bit of an obstacle because this is going to be like you need to grow. You'd like to get your roots planted, you'd like to get many projects going on. Okay, so you need to be more focused. And in order for the people of water elements, is going like, oh no, it's really difficult for me because it's very unpleasant to know that I need to make more of my consciousness and my awareness to deal with everything. For people in Scorpio, it's not that difficult, but for people in Cancer and in Pisces specifically, it's going to be very difficult, and they need to understand that, or this is what you are doing at this moment. Oh, please don't complain because it's now or never. This is an opportunity for us to get in, and we have 2 months for us to get dealing with this. And for the past life cards, it's also telling, whoa, what about it? About living something or traveling, making a journey about something. And this is really wonderful because I need, look, I have my luggage here and the trail tracks. So I need to see what is it that I need to know more about. I am taking a road trip. Am I taking a way out of my houses, out of my places? Am I aware that I need to move on, or maybe I am not aware of that? And I also going to be healing this situation with the help of Archangel Raphael, and also using your natural healing abilities. Yes, of course, because people from warrior element, you use with your intuition many elements and many different things in a natural way or in a natural form or shape, that you know how to heal people, how to calm hearts, how to put your hands exactly in the specific place where all the pain is taking place, and oh ouch, it's really hurting me. But then you have your healing hands and you are saying no, you're going to understand that you're going to let everything like this going back to the place where it was all grown, and you're going to feel free. So this information is for us to understand, for the people of water element, that we need to go and change many other things. Don't complain about your past. Be thankful about it. Because of that past, you are now standing where you are, and you now know everything that you were able to know more, and now you comprehend why you are doing many other things like this, and exactly you are preparing just for everything that is going to come after this. And well, that would be all. We have covered all the 12 signs of our zodiac. We have covered our reading. It's for 1 hour our time here. I'd like to thank you for the people that were watching this video. Maybe you can subscribe for the next session, because we're going to do many other different things and many other different ways of reading. And also to thank you for your patience, your time, your hearing, of course. And well, I only need to tell you, just have a great night of sleep. See you next week. Take care, maybe tomorrow or on a different day. Good night and stay healthy. Stay at home. Bye bye.